Greetings and welcome back to another Angrynator-show video. Today, we're going to take a look at yet another Burbank's Productions video, one I actually saw as a kid. I'm of course talking about Alice in Wonderland.
And if you know Burbank's Productions, you probably know they are behind the all-time classic Westward.
I'm sorry, it's just... Nowadays, that just means a gardening tool. What's that? It's not a gardening tool. Then what is it? Seriously? Oh, that's disgusting! Who in their right mind would do that? Did anybody else know about this? Well, forget that movie. Hopefully, there's nothing like that in Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland, huh? Oh, this must be a takeoff on that Alice in Underpants movie I saw.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually existed. Anyway, let's take a look at my childhood memory that is Alice in Wonderland.
The movie started out with... wait a minute, hold on.
Am I the only one hearing this? Please, just stop the movie for a minute. What? It hasn't even begun yet? Well, okay. Play the movie then. Where's that music coming from? Are you telling me that this movie has a song before it begins? Let's try that again. God damn it, and here I thought the Tom Thumb Meets Thumbelina was bad, with the song right at the beginning. This movie hasn't even begun yet. It is so bad, so boring that it felt the need to entertain children before it even began. What the actual shit?
Anyway, after the movie felt the need to achieve the worst placement of a song possible outside of your movie, it comes with an actual trophy, people.
And we can all imagine who had that trophy before this movie.
Is it here?
No, don't! That's mine!
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's in there somewhere. And after Best Day Ever, he probably still has it.
Anyway, we greeted to Alice, who reads...
Principles of logical calculus. I cannot read another word.
Yeah, nothing says excitement for kids like the principle of logical calculus. Way to start up your movie. Maybe you need more songs. That you can't possibly fuck up anymore. Can you?
We all know the drill by now. Alice is chasing the white rabbit in a suit, and she accidentally falls down the rabbit hole.
What a big...
Well, she's a clutch, isn't she? And also, did you hear those pipes playing in the background? Yeah, so unsoothing, right? Well, you better get used to them because this movie likes them a lot.
I like it a lot.
So when she's falling down, she's saying something to us, but honestly, the eerie pipe music or whatever it is, it's unholy, that's what it is. It is so damn loud, we can't make out a word she's saying.
What a deep rabbit hole. Perhaps I will fall through to the other side of the world. Maybe he's an Australian rabbit. Well,
Excuse me, what? You have to speak up, Alice. The obvious background music wants to be center stage music. Speak up, lady!
Well, before we can even figure out what she's saying, the rabbit returns straight from a Hanna-Barbera movie.
Well, I guess the sound effect bundle was on sale when they made this movie.
Well, Alice chases the rabbit and we have the door scene with the beautiful garden and the grow and the key missing, of course. Oh yeah, she gets big and cries up a river and then nothing. No joke. She returns to a smaller size nothing. Instead we have a race. Yeah, and this race, I must be honest, kept me entertained as a minor. I was about 2 years old, I think. But this race was weird and honestly I got no clue what the hell it was supposed to do.
Other than to attract Alice to the beautiful garden.
Speaking of Alice, the movie finally remembered that she cried up a river or maybe an ocean and she meets this mouse.
Good day! I've never had a worse one!
Who is actually rather threatening for such a tiny guy. Wow.
Anyway, they wash ashore and see the Scrooge McDuck's less impressive impersonator and this lizard.
Oh, I'm so wet!
Aha. What is it with this company and weirdly placed innuendos?
Well, never mind that. Before we can even react, the dodo comes in with a rather flamboyant accent.
A dodo, of course. Come on.
And he of course encourages them to run themselves dry.
How do you know who's winning?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. They just runs around the pole.
You don't.
Oh, that's great. A dodo race for the dodo.
The rabbit comes in to yell at Alice for apparently having stolen his white gloves. And he sends her to his house to fetch a new pair.
Alice, it's a wonder you know who you are.
For crying out loud, it is the damn same song again. Why? Why again? And also, why do they sing about Alice as if she doesn't know who she is?
Well, she gets to the house, finds a bottle and drinks it since why ever not?
I believe that Alice is a raging alcoholic that just picks up funny stuff to drink so she can get drunk and or high.
Well, to no one's surprise, she grows and wrecks the building and the rabbit, followed by the awkward lizard, comes in to find her in this state.
She's not coming.
By Odin's spear, gee, couldn't you rephrase that to sound less... You know, how about she's not coming out of the house or she's not responding? And it wouldn't surprise me if that Alan... Yeah, that guy. He probably voiced this lizard too.
So the rabbit and the lizard suggest different things to get her out of the house, even considering burning the damn thing to the ground.
We'll have to burn the house down.
Yeah. Burn my house down?
Man, when did this turn into Alice Madness Returns? Which is a video game I'll take a look at once I can actually pull myself together and buy it.
While she escapes the rabbit and the lizard by eating some cake they threw at her.
I bet if I eat them, something will happen.
Yeah.
It's probably wheat cakes. I fail to believe that anyone out there has never heard of the Alice drug trip theory.
Anyway, we reach the caterpillar scene. He talks gibberish, she then eats the mushroom.
As I said, major drug trip.
And we have a big and small scene once again.
Which goes on for about 2 minutes. Seriously?
Well, when she finally gets her own size back, this cod, not the game, the actual fish, comes in to deliver the mail.
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen.
Oh my god, it's back! That annoying song, and why? Because getting mail isn't exciting enough for you? Well, actually, usually it isn't. Normally I just wait outside my house chanting I'm waiting.
I'm waiting.
Honestly, I would be happy if they just played anything. Just anything else than that annoying song. Hell, even a fucking awkward lullaby would be okay.
I speak severely to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes.
Okay, I take that back. Maybe we should just mute the entire thing. My goodness, it's actually not that bad. It's just like watching The Flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe's. You know, decent music but horrible pictures. This is truly how Burbank's Alice in Wonderland was supposed to be seen.
We meet the Cheshire cat, who more or less is impossible to understand since it sounds like he's gargling marbles or something like that.
In that direction lives a hatter. He's quite...
And we are now entering the Mad Hatter's house.
Alice, it's a wonder.
Oh my fucking god, it's been like 4 minutes, please! Just give us a rest already!
Anyway, after that sound, yeah, that is a sound now, not a song, not a theme, just a sound.
A painful, obnoxious sound, mind you. But nevertheless, just a sound.
Well, we are now at the tea party and there's no Johnny Depp, so why even bother to talk about it?
Oh yeah, how about that? They actually follow the book vaguely here. In fact, they kind of ticked everything off while spending the minimal effort of actually implementing it.
No room. All right, have some tea.
As I eat what I see.
After that annoying scene, we get to the rose garden and... well, you know the drill.
These roses have been painted red. Off with their heads.
These roses has been painted red! Off with their heads! Honestly, the only highlight of the movie is the decapitation of the cards. Oh yeah, when it's not actually living beings, you can get away with a lot of death. Just look at Samurai Jack.
You may let them go. A royal pardon.
What? A royal pardon? You couldn't even give us the satisfaction of decapitation of inanimate objects? I would have been fine if they just said, yep, that's done with, that's over. Or like Willy Wonka when they never actually explains what happens. That gives kids stuff to think about. Whatever did happen to these people? But no, a royal pardon it is.
Well, anyway, apparently Alice doesn't piss off the queen enough, so she's invited to the party. The croquet party.
She's joining us for croquet.
And no, that's not a party from Melina. It's a British game, an incredibly weird game, but nevertheless a game.
So we have the scene where Alice's flamingo club and her hedgehog ball doesn't want to cooperate.
Honestly, it's probably related to Sonic 06. Both things just pisses you off.
And rightfully so, Alice is pissed and wants to confront the queen.
Which, according to everybody else, is a bad idea.
Don't beat the queen.
Why ever not?
Ooh, the last one who beat the queen. Ooh, off with his head.
How disgusting! Why, that queen is such a...
Look, we could have a back and forward joke here about, oh, why doesn't anybody tell her about this? But we all know why. The queen is a deranged lunatic who decapitates everybody. Oh, did I say that? What I meant to say was, amazing ruler of the four houses of cards, whose beauty is certainly unrivaled.
A royal pardon.
So after that we have the cricket party where this prince guy tries to give away the queen's tarts.
Tarts, anyone?
Yeah, nobody wants it for good reasons, all except Alice, of course.
Thank you very much. I'm so hungry.
Look, I could make a joke about her thinking there's weed inside these cakes, but instead, let's focus on how much the king and the prince actually resembles real cards. Quite stunning, isn't it?
Well, never mind cards and tarts. Alice is shown the way to the turtle, whatever it's called.
She wants to get to the beautiful garden.
The beautiful garden. Oh, just look at those roses.
And that is it. Honestly, she entered the beautiful garden since that was apparently the Queen's royal court, and then she says, I want to find the beautiful garden.
You were already there, you higher shit bimbo! What the hell is wrong with you? Go join Shag in the mystery van!
Primo. Oh, man. Talk about toasted.
Honestly, I never did see Shaggy as a junkie, but apparently a lot of people did. Anyway, let's just move on.
Before the turtle can answer anything at all, the courtroom calls for a trial of the prince.
You walk over there.
The trial's beginning.
The trial's beginning.
The trial's beginning! A trial?
Which starts out by... Who said that justice is blind?
We will also prove that justice is not blind. She's cross-eyed.
So finally Alice confesses to have eaten the tarts and they all assault her, even the cards, which, by the way, are all red.
Oh no, here comes the queen.
Yeah, even the club and spades, which are usually black, are red in this movie. I guess the critters never went to Vegas, huh?
Anyway, she wakes up and finally realizes that she has had quite the major drug trip. Or maybe it was a bad dream for doing math. Anyway, we are about to end the movie. Apart from all of the characters, the animal ones sort of reappear without any clothes on.
It's so odd. They were all fully dressed a minute ago and now? They are all completely naked. It just feels weird, man.
Well, nevertheless, that uncomfortable scene is gone and Alice walks into the sunset.
And gee, what type of song do they use at the very end? A new and original one, perhaps? Or that shitty one they have used throughout the entire movie? Well, let me rephrase that. Do cows constantly squash surf for Jim at the end of every episode?
Somehow, it's all worthwhile. Is it just me, or is that cow putting on weight?
Thank goodness for DVD collections. Anyway, the verdicts are in, time to see the results.
This movie is a hollow shell of the original story. Granted, I never actually read the original story. A few abridged versions here and there. I even saw Care Bears in Wonderland once. We'll get to that one in due time. But this movie feels like it knows the story. It doesn't change anything, it is literally page by page the original. But at the same time, it feels like they're just checking boxes. Oh, Tea Party, we got that. Without even trying to make it entertaining. The dodo, the beautiful garden, the caterpillar, they have most, if not all the different things Alice encounters in the original story. But they just forgot to put something in there. It's hollow, it feels like a picture book to help kids read the book. The worst might be the donkey turtle or whatever they called him. He just appeared for a few minutes, cried and then gone. It was hurtful actually. The voice actors, well, I'm not entirely sure if they are bad or if it is just Australians trying way too hard to sound British. But it doesn't help them much, the lines are just snippets from the book honestly, and they spend no time creating anything different or new. Get a new angle, whatever. Hats off to Tim Burton, he actually did something different. Maybe not the best, but he had the gall to actually try. This movie? No, not even the songs can be recommended, or should I say song. There is literally only one song in the entire thing. It's painful. I mean, I've heard worse, for example Tom Thumb meets Thumbelina. Those songs are atrocious, but at least they had a lot of different ones. This had fucking one, set on repeat 50 times over. Hell, they even played it at places that made zero sense. Just hoping that the songs kept children entertained. Honestly, I don't remember that the dubbed version I saw as a child had the same song on repeat, but then again, I did watch stuff like Batman and Spider-Man way more than this, so I don't know.
Honestly, it's just a shitty movie that can keep kids aged 2 and below entertained for about an hour. Since it did for me back then. I'm the Angrynator, terminating bad movies for your entertainment.